Hi friends, I am Gulshan Sharma and welcome to Gulshan Tutorials. And today we are going to study cyclotron. Cyclotron is an application part of magnetism or moving charges and magnetism. Okay, so in cyclotron we will study. Okay, so let us first understand what is cyclotron. Cyclotron is basically a particle accelerator, or we can say charged particle accelerator. Okay, this will increase the velocity of charged particle. What about charged particle? Charged particle may be positive or negative, but in the case of cyclotron, charged particle is alpha particle. Okay, alpha particle, or we can say nucleus of this helium atom, or we can say proton. Proton is accelerated, positive particle is accelerated in case of cyclotron. In the case of betatron, it is a similar thing like cyclotron. Negative particle is accelerated. Negative means electron. Electron is accelerated in betatron. Proton is accelerated in cyclotron. And this is also called as alpha particle, we can say, or this is the helium nuclei. What we can say is this will be accelerated using this. Accelerated in the sense, this let me explain the structure. इसमें होता क्या है कि दो D's होती है हमारे पास. D मतलब metallic D's होती है. These are made up of metals. Okay, so two D's are there. One is at positive potential, other is at negative potential. So first let us understand the top view. If we watch from the top side or above side, then what we can see is this thing. There are two D's, D-shaped structures. Another is this thing. One, it is a positive potential, means the voltage applied to one of the D is positive and the voltage applied to another D is negative. Okay, so from here the particle will be given to this part, to whatever this is, cyclotron. Particle means proton. Proton is given here. Okay, so as we have studied in previous video that particle will be having some velocity. If any charged particle is having any velocity, then magnetic force will act on it and it will continue to move in a revolution. Okay, it will make a complete revolution under the magnetic field, provided the magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane, to the particle velocity or particle moving direction, right? So what happens is, when the particle is given inside the cyclotron, it is having some initial velocity, let it be v, small v. Okay, let this be the velocity, and the particle is having some charge, it is having some velocity, and then v cross b, this will be the force acting on the charged particle because of this magnetic field. Magnetic field in the upwards direction. Okay, it is outwards. Suppose this is the D, then the magnetic field will be coming outwards of this plane. Okay, so this particle will be going inside, and according to this convection, the force will be acting on it, and the particle will, if the particle is here, then it will accelerate in this direction. Okay, and when the particle is here, positive potential is there, then the magnetic field will be there. But as soon as this particle moves across this cross section, this area is crossed by this particle, the potential is changed. The potential is tend to be negative, and the particle again gains the speed in opposite direction. Like in this way, the particle is continuously accelerated. Okay, because of this magnetic field, right? And it is accelerated in such a way that its velocity is tending to speed of light, to the value of speed of light, which is 3 into 10 power 8. So let me show you the motion of this particle. It is like, suppose particle enters like this with velocity v. It will move like this, slowly. It will increase its radius, and at certain time the particle will move out of this cyclotron. When it gains the high speed, you can see this equation. This is the equation for radius. Radius is mass into velocity divided by charge into magnetic field. Magnetic field will be constant, charge will be constant, mass of the particle proton will also be constant. But this velocity, as this velocity is increased due to the magnetic field, then the radius will be proportionally increasing. This v increases and radius will also be increasing. So this velocity of the particle is increasing, then the radius of which it is making a revolution, it will continue to be increasing in an helical path or in a helical way, right? I hope you are getting this. V increases, radius increases. So as the radius increases, it is having very high velocity, and when the particle reaches this point, suppose it is moving like this, when this radius becomes maximum, then there is a passage. Passage means the path which is going out of cyclotron. Then after, when the particle has achieved a very high velocity and it is having maximum radius, then it will move out of this thing. Okay, why we are using this, why we are accelerating the particle? Because there are some reactions, there are some nuclear reactions, or there are very reactions in chemistry also which need large particle acceleration, very high accelerated charge they need. Okay, so here we can get the charge coming out, means proton is coming out from this path having very high velocity. So this, and this is being striken to the target. The target is kept, it may be any plate or whatever it may be. The particle is striking that thing with a very high velocity. So the basic concept is to accelerate the particle, to give the particle a maximum velocity. So let me recall these points. There is a betatron, electron is accelerated. In cyclotron, or proton is accelerated. Now let us talk about this voltage. What about this voltage? There is a particular frequency set. Okay, there is a frequency at which when the particle is going this side, this will be positive, and when the particle moves this side, negative. So simultaneously, according to the motion of particle, this potential will change. So let us understand through this graph. This is a voltage versus time graph. When the time increases, after a particular period of time, this voltage will change. For this period of time, let this be 1, 2, 3, 4. For first period, the particle velocity will, the voltage will be, this is voltage. Voltage is positive, and when the particle crosses this time period, it is negative voltage. And afterwards, simultaneously or alternatingly, positive potential, negative potential, positive potential, negative potential. This is called as square wave, or we can say pulse wave are given to this particle's voltage or this cyclotron voltages. So voltage is changing according to this graph. The voltage of cyclotron is of the order of 10,000 to 10,000 volt. Means it is ranging nearly 25,000 volt. The voltage of this is 25,000 voltage, right? And the frequency at which the voltage is changes, when this voltage is changed, it is 10 to the power 5 hertz. Means in 1 second, 1 lakh time the voltage is changed, or the particle is moving like this. Frequency is 10 to the power of 5 hertz. Beta, B is magnetic field. The B is upwards, you can see as in this direction. B is of the value 1 Tesla. 1 Tesla is very high value. Okay, this is like a very huge magnetic field, we can say. It is the value 1 Tesla. These are some theoretical or practical like constants like which we have to write in exams. Magnetic field is 1 Tesla. D is made up of metallic shell. Obviously, it is used to accelerate this particle, so it should be obviously positive. Radius of this particle moving in the cyclotron is mv by qv, as I have explained earlier. Time period of this particle means the time in which this particle will make one revolution. It is 2 pi m by qb. This time will remain constant. Even if the radius is small or if the radius is big, then this time period will remain same. It will complete its revolution in a fixed time. Suppose it is taking 0.5 seconds for one revolution in small radii. When the radii become larger, then also it will complete its revolution in constant time t. Okay. F is frequency. So the inverse of this time period is frequency. This is 2 pi m by qb. This will be qb by 2 pi m. This frequency is also called as cyclotron frequency because cyclotron, it is used in cyclotron. So we can say this is cyclotron frequency. So I hope I have tried to explain all the concepts regarding cyclotron. Still, if you are having any doubt, you are free to ask me. So kindly like my video and share this video if possible. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, then kindly subscribe. Thank you.